and they provide specialist services to rural, civil and horticultural customers there right across the North Island. And of course PSP, they do so much in with building solutions, interior, exterior and decorative, from joinery, decorative wall liners. As we now go to Carl Brentzel in the Group Bs.
Wow, he's jumped numbers there, Carl. It's good to see this boat brand new out today. Obviously running out of the Southern Squirters team. All the boys and girls are up there from all the way from down Balclutha. This boat only started on the trailer today, and it's actually got better and better as the day's gone. So certainly they're winning the battle.
Yeah, so they had a lot of trouble getting this hooked up, but as we said earlier, stalwart of jet spreading Brian Kelly was down there giving them some advice, and you know that when Brian Kelly's down there, things are going to look good afterwards. At a 33.062 at the split for Carl Brentzel and Hamish.
Yeah, look, I think he'll be well happy with that, because looking at a couple of his previous times, he's certainly making inroads every time they come out.
Got a bit untidy there, didn't it? That was a little bit of a weird bump through there.
No, he forgot to comb it over there. He got very ugly in the hair. So,
and 52.013 there for Carl Brentzel and Hamish Murray. For Mike's Transport of Warehouse and Drainage Systems, Mouthfresh, Sprint Tech, and of course PSP. And what great news for the sport of jet spreading, that we've got sponsors even for Scruffy the tugboat. So a lot of work got in behind the scenes over the off season to get it back. And with this disruption, with that thing, what was it? The virus thing, or whatever that thing was.
The flu.
Yeah, the flu. However you want to look at that. Not getting into that political argument there, I don't think.
Here's old mate. He's ready to come for a
he's
come
got
for a
over
wander.
this side. Oh, that's great news. So fantastic to see. Get all the way around.
Done the loop.
Yeah, done the loop. Got the laps in. So Carl Brentzel and Hamish Murray just taking their boat back up onto the trailer, as we got Craig Shaw down there in the outer limits. So of course this, ladies and gentlemen, is heading into our top 9. Now with the LS class, because we've only got 3 boats competing here this weekend, they are actually getting a qualifying round number 6. But we are now in the top 9 across the classes of the Group Bs. So that is that'll explain the running out of order there, because we sort of finished the super boats and bang, we had the Group Bs out. And but anyway, that's what's going on. We're in Group B, top 9. And so next out will be Craig Shaw.
Absolutely. Times to beat for him, Craig, today. His best time's been a 51.8. So he certainly has beaten that 52 mark, although he's been stuck there a couple of times earlier. He's a good couple of seconds off the park. Let's see what he can do. Very experienced competitor. Older hull. Let's go.
Really going to have to lay one down. You've got to get into this top 6, so you've got to put your best foot forward, as my real estate agent once said to me. That was when I was knocking on doors.
Down to the PSP hairpin. He gets out of there tidy, actually. He does a good job. It's cost him a fair bit of time in previous attempts. So far, so good with the rotation. We'll get a good idea how he's going at the split.
Yeah, so Craig Shaw and Paul Collier teaming well together today. The split there is at 33.37, so that isn't too bad. They'll need to really get a hurry on in this latter part of the lap if they want to progress into the top 6.
Absolutely. We know he's searching at 51 club. He's not far away from it. Let's just see how close he gets. He certainly cuts that fine. Beautiful.
Oh, yes, at a 51.580.
Oh, that's great. He'll go back to that trailer extremely happy. So he's just broken back out of that 52 brand, which has been stuck in for a wee bit. He needed to do that. He's chasing and roughly the boys in front, girls in front, 50 and a 49. So 50.8 and a 49. So that was a real good run. Absolute cracker. Okay, another Southern team, Southern Squirters, the new one.
Dwayne Hickman out there in the land. Dwayne Hickman, of course, up there in New Plymouth, just loving the show, and g'day to you. Georgie's already watching Blake and said, go, go, Daddy. That's Kate Bryant.
I love it.
Young George, he's about that big. I don't know if that helps you out in the audience there, ladies and gentlemen. He's about that big, but he's going, go, go, Daddy. So that is awesome. And when the super boats come out, we'll have a chat about them in a minute. But next out on the line, we are seeing Andrew Craig and Scott the Goo Man. So these guys just loving being out there, the Goo Man. I wonder how that name comes about, because that is going to be sticky.
Oh, you do wonder where the Goo Man come from. Does a great job down there, hairpin. The PSP hairpin certainly makes you or break you. We know where it's going to head. Tell you what, for a
wrong way.
Oh,
you don't want to be doing that at this time of the day.
Not the time of the day to be doing it. He knows he's gone wrong. He's going to try and play catch up, but it's extremely hard from here to get to catch up. He's got to hope someone else does the same. Through the split, cost him dearly, 38.553. Really, all he can do is bring it home the best he can, and hope and pray that those go behind him do exactly the same.
That's right, because, well, look, a great effort from these guys first up. So, look, they're not going to be disappointed with it, but they will, but they won't. 57.551. I dare say that'll be the end of the day for Andrew Craig and Scott Gooman. But, well, you just never know. It is a race of attrition. You never know. We could have an engine. We could have wrong ways. We could have all sorts of things. But there is the frustration. You can tell by that quick squirt and acceleration as Andrew Craig bringing it back in.
Come a long way, all the way from Balclutha. So let's hope they hang around. You never know. They might get a run. He just might get a run. He's certainly got a time on the board. Righto, the Wairarapa Warriors. Sam Gray. Mike Allen. Sam, a fisherman. Mike, a deckhand, obviously, on the boat. These boys are a couple of hard chargers. Older hull, but I tell you what, he knows how to get around the park.
Oh, look, no doubt about it. These guys have just been getting so much better as it goes on. As we say, this older style stinger really high in the water, which means that you've got to be so much more on the money to be able to get around. But these guys have really come to terms with how this boat handles. Big ease off into that hairpin, but they came out a lot better than they had been. So somebody's been coaching him in and out of there.
Nah, very tidy, and let's hope he can keep the wheels turning here, because certainly this looks a tidy start for him. Some of his best laps previously. Let's see what the split looks like.
Sam Gray on this split is at 31.78.
Best one he's done today is a 51.6. He needs to bring it home from here, and he's on it. Straight as, cuts the lawns. 3 corners to go and not much left in it.
So Sam Gray and Mike Allen on the run for the line. Squared it up just a little bit, but it is his best time of the day with a 49.875. Cracking time to lay one down, Sam Gray.
Oh, he is going to be punching the air when he sees his time, because that is an absolute cracker. He's done it right when he needed to, and he's done it with an older package. He's just laid it out.
It's just phenomenal how we see these older packages really come on strong with the experience of these races as they get a little bit more wheel time, a bit more seat time, and all of a sudden you see these times come down. Then they feel a lot more confident in changing the setup of the boat, changing the fins, changing the impellers, changing the nozzle outlets, or the nozzle inserts, and then all of a sudden we see these times coming right down, the lines get smoother, and this is what we're going to be expecting to see here from Richard Curry, another newbie to the sport, but this is going to be a great run from these guys for camel towing.
Let her rip, Rich. Gave him a little bit of training in the half-time break. We know the boat can do it. Sitting nice on the water. You'll see here it's sitting down. He's getting through there. He's right up it. Camel towing is looking for the pull of his life.
Oh, they are looking to pull it, and pull it well, because in and out of that hairpin, showed us too much of the underside of the boat.
Yeah, got a little bit of jukes. He has it up there. Would have cost him a bit of time, but all he's got to do is stay on the hunt to be in the next 6. Nicely done. Makes his way around to the split.
And this is a pretty good line through there for these rookies, and that is a 32.5 on the split. That'll get him in the mix there.
Righto, here's the one. He's got to bring it home. He knows he can do it. That's a lot tidier. He certainly is getting braver every time he comes through
Absolutely. That confidence he's building for Richard Curry in the run for the line. lined it up beautifully, and a 50.918, 50.918 for Richard Curry. We got one more to go.
Absolutely, that was a good run. So he's right there. He's stuck on that 50.8, 50.9. That
So
hairpin
consistent.
really cost him.
Yeah, it really did. But the consistency is, that's where confidence is built.
Yep.
Consistency builds confidence. With Bryce and Kylie Barron and the LJ Hooker still yet to run. So, because of the way that the day has run so far, we will see Andrew Craig making the top 6 after that wrong way.
Okay.
So that is a very, very positive outcome from the rookies from down south.
Oh, it won't. That's great. Bryce, Barron, Kylie Barron, they have been a little bit oversteering there, went past it, late turn, but they have been certainly the leaders of the pack all day. It's
and
been
got
follow
a
me.
little bit porpoisey around there, didn't they? So
Yep.
maybe they're going backwards a little bit in the setup, really wide out of that hairpin as well, not leaving them too much room on the exit.
This looks to me like they've shimmed the boat up a bit much. They've lifted the nose, maybe just not steering. It was down in the water a lot before lunch.
And run really wide. You saw the change of colour in the jet spray, 32.2.
Yeah.
So really, I think the steps that they've made to lighten the boat to get it quicker is in fact working against them at this point.
This is his strong point, the finish, the final run. He certainly comes home strong, but he's certainly not handing like it was before
And
lunch.
across the line there in a 50.350, so they put themselves into P2 for the first time today.
Sam Gray and Mike Allen and the old Tiger, mate, they have got it right up to P1. That is out the gate. He's going to be high-fiving over there.
So from slowest to fastest, moving into the top 6, Andrew Craig will make it through. Carl Brentzel, Craig Shaw, Richard Curry, that man Bryce Barrett and Sam Gray qualifying fastest, moving into the top 6 in the Group B. We are now going to go to the LS category. This will be considered a qualifying round, a 6th qualifying round